Hey guys, what's up? This is Saravana here. So today I'm going to talk about an important topic of how to reach our goals pretty faster. The most important thing to reach our goals is having motivation towards the goal. So I'm going to give you like 5 important tips on how to reach your goals through having like high level of motivation. Let's go into the scientific part of having a motivation. We have some neurotransmitter in our heads called the dopamine, which is so much important in our lives, and the dopamine is the one which creates a lot of motivation in whatever we do in our lives. The first thing, why dopamine is so important, and the second thing, how do we generate a lot of dopamine in our body. Ideally, if you eat a lot of foods, it never ever creates dopamine. So we have to get dopamine in our body through some physical activities, and that physical activity will get you to high level of motivation. So the first step in motivation is baby steps. For example, let me tell you an example. For example, you go to a gym. The first thing you do in the gym is like you take all these biceps and dumbbells all the way through, and then you're like, fuck man, I'm like gone for the first day or the second day, and I'm like completely shut out, and I'm not having a bit of energy in life to go for the third day. Why? Because we are not doing anything with respect to baby steps. We want everything in life to be like reached in like very short amount of time without having a high level of ambition or like high level of time frame. So the first thing which you have to do in life, like start doing baby steps. For example, if you're going to gym, start walking down, start treadmilling first time. Then make sure that you take like very little weights or very small weights like a dumbbell 5 kg and do a very little shot for like 5 to 6 sets. Then later down the line, once you get comfortable with it, you can start moving it out. So that's the basic important thing, which is baby steps. Then the second thing, when you want to have a high level of motivation, is called the fun vibe. The fun vibe goes like this. Whatever you do in life, wherever you go, you should always have so much of fun in what you're doing. For example, you go to gym, and then what you do is generally you just talk to people, have some fun around. You'll have like high level of motivation to stay in the gym. So the moment you have like so much of fun in like talking to people, or so much of fun in lifting weights, or like treadmilling and doing a cardio, or like you feel good after the gym, it will keep you going all through the way. Even after like 1 or 2 years, or even for eternity, you'd be like doing high level of stuff in your life of what you want to reach towards your goal. So that's the second thing, which is like high fun vibe. The third thing, what you want to do is focus on the process, not on the result. So what do I mean by focus on the process and not on the result? For example, let's say I want to have a 6-pack body within like 6 months. I go to the gym, I just hustle hard. Finally, I'm not even getting there. What's wrong in it? The first thing is like, okay, I'm not getting it, so I just have to go back and see what I did wrong in the past 6 months, and later down the line hustle hard and then figure out slowly part by part. Probably my digestion is not good, or probably my absorption capabilities are not good, or probably my diet is not that great. So hustle hard and figure out what exactly I've done wrong in the past 6 months, and then focus towards it. So always do not focus on the result, focus towards the process. At one point in life, you might not know the time frame when you would reach it. Probably you might reach it within 3 months, some might reach it within 6 months, some might reach within 1 year. Don't worry about the time frame, just focus on the process, enjoy the process, and finally you'll figure it out. The fourth thing which I want to talk about is embracing the weirdness. Embracing the weirdness is like a pretty tough job. For example, you go into a dance school, you know a zero thing in dance. Like, you just start the first step and everybody around you are like, fuck man, this guy is so weird. I've never seen a guy dance like this so weirdly out in the ground, and everybody around you like literally laughing. You know what it is? It feels so weird inside. But if you just embrace the weirdness and say to yourself like, I'm gonna hustle hard for a year, like let's say a year or like 2 years, but I'm gonna figure this out and nail this down. So if you have that attitude in your mind, and if you're like, this weirdness is my unique thing and I'm just gonna stick with it, and I know that I'm gonna change it down the line. So ideally, if you start embracing the weirdness in your life, it would come to a level that you are the best in that world. You know what? Skill comes after talent. If you start practicing all through the while to reach what you want, you'll definitely get it. So just thing is, you just have to hustle hard. The fifth thing which I want to talk about today is called the positive reframing. Whatever you do in life, just start like slowly positive reframing each and everything. For example, you go to a gym, for 2 days you just hustle hard with a lot of dumbbells, you just lift so much of weights, and what finally happens is like your body gets sore, your body gets like so much painful that you're like, oh, I'm in so much of pain, I'm not going to do anything in life. But what do you reframe as? If I'm getting so much of pain right now, but right in the pleasure moment, of in the future, like that I'm gonna get a jacked up body is something really amazing. So what you have to do is, whatever negativity or the not so positive things which you get in your life, just reframe it in a positive way. It will lead you to levels which you have never thought you can reach in your level. So these are the 5 points which which I talked about today. And if you just follow all these 5 points in a clear little way, you would reach your goals in a very awesome way. To wrap it up, to have a lot of motivation in your life, these are the 5 points which you have to literally focus. The first thing is baby steps. The second thing is having fun vibe, like having a lot of fun in whatever you do. The third thing is like focusing on the process and not on the result. The fourth thing is basically embracing the weirdness. I just forgot this point and someone right from the crowd just pointed this out. But it was like so awesome. Thanks, buddy. And the fifth thing is like positive reframing. Positive reframing is like very, very good, because whatever the not so positive frame which has been thrown out in your life, you just turn it out positively, and then you will be like the best out in the world. So until I see you next time, this is Saravana signing off.